exponent rules. We had a lot of them yesterday, and we did them over 2 pages, and I just thought this was kind of nice that we get them all in one place. So that way, tomorrow when we're working through the quiz, if we have a question on something or need a refresher on the exponent rules, we just can kind of go straight down the page here. So, like I said, this might be the quickest lesson video in the history of this class. Because again, it's just reminders of stuff that we already had. Product rule and adding, like who thinks of adding when they think of products? I guess exponents do. Make sure, as we see on all these, that your bases, okay, your big values are the same. And otherwise, we're just adding up the exponents. Most of the time, okay, just leaving it in that exponent form is fine. But if you want to go ahead and clean it up and get to an answer, that's cool. We can get you set with that. Quotient rule, same thing. We're going to be subtracting exponents as long as we keep that stuff. As long as we keep that stuff straight, we'll be good. I don't know why I was going to try and make 4 minus 2 a negative all of a sudden. That would not make any sense. But when you're doing these, get the step written in. Even if you use the calculator for a piece of it, like this or this, to get to a number, don't just plug the whole thing in your calculator and get a number, because then you're not working on the rules. And then when you get to a variable sometime instead of a number, oh boy, then it's not quite so good. So just something to keep in mind. Power rule, we're multiplying the exponents, no biggie. 4 to the 6th, that's going to be a decently sizable number. Yeah, decently sizable. Again, I'm fine when you get here, as long as I can see what the rule was. If I see what the rule is, I'm good to go. Power of a product, we learned. You can actually tackle this 2 ways. I'm going to tackle it to the original nature of what this is, which is we're going to distribute this through, even though multiplying and then doing the exponent would work. I'm content here, but you know what? Am I going to trust my brain this early in the morning? I am. I think that's right. We're going to double check. Oh, so close. So close. That's going to be a big number, though. Yep. But again, this is more what I'm interested in. I want to know that you know the rule, because we can get you set that way. And these power rules are just extensions of the product and quotient rule that we had up above. So the rule's not changing. The only thing that's different is we're making sure that we distribute that power on through and then get to a solution. Our favorite from yesterday, the 0 rule. Anything to the 0. A number, a variable, a number, a variable, anything to the 0 power is going to be 1. Love those. And then if we have negative exponents, we just kind of imagine they're sitting here on top of a fraction. And we flip them, we take their reciprocal to make them positive. And I will put one extra little piece in here again like we did yesterday. If you end up with your negative exponent and it's in the denominator of your fraction to start, same deal, you're just going to flip it up to the top of your fraction. But the only thing that moves, the only thing that flips is whatever has the negative exponent on it. So here's what I mean. I'm gonna go to the sticky note example here. So like if I had 4x to the negative second sitting there looking at me, the only thing that's going to flip is the x to the negative second, because this 4 has nothing to do with that. The 4 would stay there. So that's the one thing you got to be careful of when you go flipping. How much am I going to flip? Just the stuff that specifically has that negative exponent. Otherwise, that can throw us off when we're trying to do some of those. Okay? Otherwise, everything else is pretty straightforward. So let's take a moment to jump back into, I'll put this back up in a minute if we need to. So we're going to go through, I'm going to have you star some pages for me. I mean, in yours, in mine, I don't have every single one done in here. So you probably can look at yours and know that. But just in case, maybe you haven't done some of the other ones yet, and today's a good opportunity to get that done. But we're going to be working on page 3. Okay, page 3 we hadn't done before. That lets us do some evaluating and some simplifying, playing with order of operations, playing with the distributive property, combining like terms, all that good stuff. So page 3 is a good spot for us. Hang on, I got to fast forward here. I'm getting there. I'm slow sometimes. Okay, page 9 lets us play with the exponent rules again. This is the page where you're skipping number 7 and number 8 because we have not played with exponential and radical form yet. That's a cycle 3 issue. So number 7 and number 8 on this page we're going to skip for the time being because we got to make sure we get that okay and situated. And finally, got to star my page here. And then number 10 again, blends, order of operations, evaluate, and some of those different things. Like anything in life, the practice that we get is going to make us better where it's just simple and going through. The quiz tomorrow, if you're on top of things, I'd be shocked if it took you half the period. Okay? Again, I'm trying to give that little bit of wiggle room here at the end of the term. Hey, if I need to get this practice done and in, hey, I missed this quiz, I need to do that. Hey, my project's not done, I need some time. That's what I'm trying to do with today and tomorrow a little bit, just to make sure that when we start Monday, we start fresh cycle, fresh quarter, everything's ready and raring to go.